what's that word? Dibbs.
Winter is here, and it's the most important season when it comes to tires. Tire Depot can help you better navigate those treacherous winter driving conditions. Tire Depot is your Cooper Tire headquarters, plus they carry other leading brands. Go see my buddy Tony and his terrific team at Tire Depot just off Route 6 in Bristol. Online at TireDepotCT.com. They've hooked up our whole show. Just heard Mike Crispino last week. He went there. We got him a new set of tires from Tire Depot. All right, the first tips question of the day is, LeBron James the greatest scorer of all time, or has he scored the most points?
I'm going to say scored the most points. I know we've been having this discussion off air and on air all day today. I do think that this is somewhat of a longevity.
Yeah.
Not award, not reward, just a stamp. A stamp in the record books. Like, this dude, top of the pile, 20 seasons. He did it great every single one of those seasons, and that accumulated to be the most points ever scored in this league. And we're looking stuff off the air, basketballreference.com. I was amazed by the 1976 season of Pete Maravich from the New Orleans Jazz. That dude scored 50 like 6 times that year. Yeah. Dropped 60 on the Knicks.
I think he only had 1 season or 2 seasons with the three-point line. All of those points are scored with the 2.
Good point. Yeah, 2 seasons with three-point line. He shot, when he was on Boston, played 26 games for the Celtics, he shot 75% from 3. He was 3 for 4. You brought up Larry Bird in the first segment.
I mean, Larry Bird, amazing. Fan. I mean, I think one of the greatest scorers of all time is Steph Curry. I mean, in my lifetime of watching, I mean, Magic Johnson was amazing. I watched George Gervin, Bob McAdoo, Lloyd Free. I mean, there's just so many guys, Dr. J, so many guys come to mind, Iverson, but it's
Glad you said AI.
Who are the best shooters? I think Pete Maravich. I think Pete Maravich is one of the greatest pure shooters of all time. So as far as scores go, and Kobe. Honestly, I think of when you talk about baseball and you're thinking like greatest swings of all time, and you think of like Ted Williams right off the bat.
You're talking about the shot form.
I'm talking about the shot form. Yeah. I think Pete Maravich, Kobe Bryant. God, Kobe was such a beautiful athlete,
right?
Just to watch on a court, like just effortless. Some guys are clunky, and LeBron's sometimes clunky, but sometimes he's beautiful. I mean, it's just, but I think it's your taste of who you like.
I agree. One of my tastes for Larry and MJ is a guy that can score so much and such at will that he can tell his defender, I'm going to get the ball right here.
Right.
I'm going to check it right in your face, and then I'm going to shoot.
I know who it is. Reggie Miller.
I love Reggie too, but Reggie to me is more of a three-point shooter than a scorer. Like, I look at Larry and MJ to do it on all sides of the court.
Well, MJ didn't shoot as well as Larry.
No, not at all.
No.
But challenge that guy. Like, I dare you to get 50 tonight, Michael. All right. Yeah, you just dared the wrong dude.
You dared the wrong guy.
He will go
Larry
out there
Bird and Robert Person are some of the greatest, like him abusing Robert Person when you're not going to score anything off of me, and he'd score 50.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd abuse the dude. James Harden. James Harden is amazing. I mean,
he doesn't play D. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't do much of it.
That damn dude can shoot a basketball.
He can score.
What about the logo?
Jerry West never had the 3.
I don't know. Like,
sucks for
Jerry
him.
West, Kuzi, Maravich teeters on the line of the 70s. Like, when you get before Kareem, it's such a different era. It's just such a different way of thinking about how to win a basketball game. You're not thinking.
Elgin Baylor, Oscar Robertson.
You brought up the Iceman earlier the day before we started the show.
George Gervin was a pure shooter. He was just unbelievable.
And just the other thing, like Gervin, I can argue this for Maravich a little bit, but these guys are the only guys on their team. Like, Larry's on our all-star teams in those Boston Celtics. Like, there's Hall of Famers every single spot on that bench. Jordan's got Pippen. Jordan's got dudes like Kerr and Paxson that can knock him down from the outside that you got to pay attention to. And I'm not even talking about any of the centers that were on that team that made it easy. LeBron's been the creator of super teams. Like, he's had a lot of good talent around him. Now, in the world of scoring and getting to this record, you got to tip your hat to LeBron because he's had great scorers on his team as well, where he doesn't have to be the guy that scores 50 every single night. I don't know. It's a great record, I think. And again, I think it stamps the longevity of this dude's career. That's just something that's never going to be duplicated. And that record's going to stand for a long time.
Most definitely. From around here, though, people would always say, I'm sure they're out there driving around going, Calvin Murphy.
What?
Calvin Murphy was 5'7".
What?
Dude could dunk.
That's why I like AI.
Unbelievable.
AI was very undersized and still was putting up 50.
Lloyd World Be Free was amazing.
World Be Free.
That dude could. He was one of the early bombardiers from stepping over half court and just throwing it up there. Chris Mullen.
What?
Hell of a score. We'll take a quick break, come back, do some Super Talk. It is Super Week.
Right.
Then we'll bring in Anita Marks and Joe Valerio, and we'll finish the hour with some more Super Talk. It's the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell. We'll be right back.